y'all. Long time no see for those who have watched videos that I put on my Instagram, but we're somewhere new. Things are looking a little different. I feel like so much about my life has changed, and like, what was the last update I recorded? I believe it was in October. That I feel like I barely know where to start, but I'm going to start. I don't even know where to begin. Topic number 1, deliverance. I guess we're starting light. So I know most of the people who follow me are not Christian. My understanding of deliverance, I'm gonna put some references like on the screen or like in the description so you can research yourself. Deliverance is the supernatural rescuing that happens. It is something being removed from you. A lot of times we think of deliverance, people know of like the Israelites being delivered from Egypt out of captivity, yada yada yada. Let me speak for myself. That deliverance was deliverance from fear, and fear is something that I've struggled with for a very long time. I done did the positive affirmations, I done tried to pray it away, but I had a very specific and intentional moment in my relationship with God. It was I'm gonna make a specific video, probably separate, on my deliverance from fear and what that looked like for me, because I've experienced spiritual warfare before, but I was fighting demons for real. Like, I'm not exaggerating. The supernatural is real, y'all. Anyways, the biggest update that I'm most excited to tell you guys about is like this new holy boldness, okay? The best way I can explain what that has looked like for me is those who know me, those who are close to me, who have been in like intimate spaces with me, are very used to my personality, they know me. But those who don't know me that well don't really know much of what I do or what I'm interested in. And that was just kind of just naturally of me just being a bit introverted, but also me just kind of having a fear of shining bright, you know? My relationship with God has shifted a whole lot. I spent a lot of time in 2022, mainly towards the tail end where we was really making faith moves. Feeling like, if I didn't sound sophisticated or eloquent when I spoke to God, that maybe I didn't really grow in God. It sounds just as ridiculous as it is, but it is what I experienced. That I didn't grow in God, or the two would match. Now granted, like, I got to know the word better. People who know me speaking about the word, I'll be talking to people in conversations, I'm allowing verses left and right. You know, because I'm getting to know God better. I'm in the word more, you know? But just in talking to God, I just felt like, I don't know. Now I wasn't there like, thou was. I wasn't there like speaking in King James Version's Times New Roman, like trying to sound all fancy, but yeah, that is something that I experienced. So I'll say it to you, and I'm saying it to me, the more childlike, the better, period. The more just normal and just, like, every time I got like, yeah, so da-da-da-da, what should I wear today? What should I, whatever, because that's building a relationship, that's building communication, you know? Yeah. An area that I've seen tremendous growth in, that I'm so grateful to God for, is in friendship. Like, specifically, I'm thinking about 2 people right now. Don't you know when you meet with somebody and you finish hanging out with them, or even when you're spending time with them, and it just feels like amazing, like it feels like a warm cookie, feels like hot chocolate, like, you know? I think intimacy is something that is really important to me, and that a lot of my friendships lacked. One, because it wasn't given to me, and also because I didn't know how to give it. There's a certain level of vulnerability that's necessary. Then when I felt like I was ready to give it, I think that God just needed to work on me. So I was pretty isolated, but now I see myself branching out and meeting and connecting with new people who really are for me. With that being said, I have an honorable mention for someone. And they're definitely gonna see this video, but we cool. Me and him, we spoke it out. So I have a friend, a guy friend. I'm gonna call him. I'm not gonna drag it and give him a fake name. But I was sharing with him something that God kind of had me do. I don't believe I told him. I didn't tell him that God told me to do it. And he laughed. Now let me tell you something. It wasn't a laugh like, ha ha ha, like it was a belly laugh. Like, that's dead funny that you're doing that. Now I want to be very clear. This is someone I'm very cool with. I've known them for a minute and I've gotten to know them pretty well. They've gotten to know me pretty well. But for that moment, as far as friendships, it really clicked to me like the vision that God has given me, the vision that God has given you is for you, okay? And then I'm not gonna lie, it kind of encouraged me a bit because I'm like, that's how you know you're headed in the right direction. I've never had anybody laugh at anything that I've told them because I've always been living small. Everything that I've told somebody that I wanted to do, it's like, oh yeah, you can do that, that sounds good. Like, they were proud of me, they would encourage me, but I've never told somebody something that they were like, girl, I'm believing God with you because we need God for this. So it's actually incredibly encouraging to me. What I'm doing sounds pretty crazy. I sound unqualified for it. And in the perspective of men and human beings, I am. But in the perspective of God, I think I'm called. Get it? Yeah. Period. Yeah. So ultimately, I had a really interesting, amazing conversation with my friend, because period, we're friends now, Ahhhhh, and we were talking about a lot of things. And one of my goals, this is a me letting y'all in for 2023, is to trust God with my heart. Dramatic, I know. I've had a lot of friendships where I felt disappointed, betrayed, done dirty. I think we all can relate to that narrative. And I think part of finding and aligning myself with these new friendships is trusting God with my heart. I can list out all my friends who have like literally made me sparkle this year. In 2022, and then also like this year, that made me, I think sparkle is the right word. So yeah, ironically, I think I'm gonna put this up on Valentine's Day as a love note to me. And with that being said, let's go to the next part of this video. So this part of the video is dedicated to Sheria, me, a year from now, so February 2024. I definitely have some questions. Like, I want you to tell me like what your life is looking like. How are you following God? How fulfilled do you feel right now, 2023, Sheria? I'm feeling really excited and motivated and bold to start this new journey, but you are a year from now, you know? Words I would say to you is, I know that you're gonna be walking deeper in your journey with God, and I know that things may seem intimidating, but they're not, because this Sheria right here literally just conquered and literally was just delivered from fear in a supernatural way. This Sheria right now is making a YouTube video, which is something we have been wanting to do for years now, but just never really felt qualified to do it and had a bunch of different excuses for it. So we're making some bold moves, and I know you're probably gonna be making some bolder moves, but my message to you would be like, you have conquered things already that you have considered to be unconquerable. Although life can be daunting, you literally didn't do it by yourself. Like, you're being guided by God. I have been guided by God. Weird to say this whole you I, because you are you, but you know, whatever. Ultimately, remember and know and lean in and trust in the fact that God has you. With that being said, are you still trusting God with your heart and your friendships, in your relationship with God, and your disappointments and your excitements? Are you? Okay. Anyways, that concludes that part. I'm also gonna do that email thing where you can email yourself like a year from now. So that's just what comes to mind now, what I wanna say to you. But the biggest lesson that I've learned in 2022 is that good days are worth fighting for. Like, I had some good days that came to me easy, and there were some good days that I fought for tooth and nail. Feel like I was dragging myself, feel like I was bleeding, scraping myself on the ground. And it's different when you experience a good day and you have scars and you have battle wounds. Like, you smile, but the smile is different. The smile comes with a different level of gratitude. And that's something that I learned if I entered the next battle, if I entered the next challenge, if I was presented with the next fear. Once I began to fully lean into and trust in God, they were no longer open wounds. And I feel like I'm still working on this, but just being okay to show my scars, because they're evidence of healing, like they're clothes. It just looks different than the rest of the skin that's around it, you know? So I think that says a lot about me in general. Like, a lot of the things that have held me back in the past, which I've overcome in 2022 last year, was just looking a little different than the people around me. Just in what I wanted to do, just stepping out on faith. Even when I received the word from God for what I was supposed to do, and I had like this very intentional, strategic planning moment during the summer in July, I want to say I'm just now doing it. This YouTube channel has been up there since forever. I know Deliverance took a step, but then also me just having that willpower to push myself through. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but good days are worth fighting for. Do not stop fighting. Do not give up. Do not settle into living a mediocre life when you know there's a pull on you to do more. Don't. Yes, you're gonna have to fight for it. Yes, it's not gonna come easy, but you're gonna be so glad you did it. And also remember that you are not fighting alone. God got you. And God is actually fighting the battle for you. You just gotta show up, you know? And sometimes showing up is getting in front of the camera and making your first YouTube video, even though like seems like everything that could have went wrong today is going wrong. Showing up may be having a difficult conversation with your family. Showing up may mean showing up back to a school or a class that you've been cutting for months. Put the best foot forward. Showing up may mean applying to a job that you haven't before. Showing up may mean not showing up to hang out and spend time with other people who do not believe in you, because you need to show up for yourself in a different way. Showing up is boundaries. Showing up is going out of your way to mend broken relationships, to apologize. And showing up also means shooting your friendship shot and meeting some new people who you know you can be a good friend to and who can be a good friend to you. It's putting your pride aside. So no matter what, don't stop fighting. Don't give up. Don't give up. You have one life to live. It's just you, and you're gonna live like the on clearance version. You want to shop and sale? Okay, but why your life on sale? I think it's about time that we take our dreams out of our heads and put them on the walls. Even if you gotta physically write that down, but on the walls, you need, like right now I'm in a room, it's 4 walls around me. Your dreams should encamp around you. They should take up space. They should surround you. And sometimes that may take some time. But don't stop fighting, because it's gonna be worth it. Brick by brick as you build it. And having that healthy foundation. That's another thing too, that I felt like it was still trying to say minor setback or major comeback, or like kind of like a slingshot. 2022 I think was that part of the slingshot, and I'm ready to propel forward. I know what it's like to settle. I know what it's like to be insecure. I know what it's like to live below my purpose. I know what it's like to count myself out. I know what it's like to surround myself with people who don't believe in me. I know what it's like to procrastinate and delay. So now, this year moving forward, I'm figuring out what it's like to put all my chips in with God, to live completely on faith, to walk on the water, to live in holy boldness, for my dreams to be spoken, of course, to people that I can trust, and for me to have them surround me, for me to actualize them, and for them to become physical things through the power of God, for me to humble myself and realize that it's not my way, it's not my will, but it is the will that God has for me, and fully accepting that. I know what it's like to stress myself and plan out a life that God has already written for me. Now I'm just following what he said. I'm a child, as I said. No more sophisticated prayers. Just Father, Dad, Abba, Daddy, help me. I'm listening, okay? 2023 is the year of the daughter, period. So I will see y'all in my next video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so glad to be on YouTube, and I didn't even post it yet, but I'm just so glad to be taking this leap. And I'm so glad you're on this journey with me. Till next time. Bye. Till next time. Bye.